This is Xbox ROG Ally X, and I gotta say, I was one of the haters. Now, I'm one of the lovers. Let's review. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Binosha Tech channel. I'm Amin Khaliqi, and today we're gonna talk about Asus ROG Ally or Xbox ROG Ally X, which has an odd name because it is a combination of engineering between Microsoft Xbox team and Asus ROG team, which is fascinating because both of them are doing a great job in their hardware, and I want to see how well they did their job in this device. Honestly, when this device was first announced, I didn't think I need it at all. I told myself, why buy a handheld when I already have a powerful gaming laptop? But then life happened. Between the recent internet outages in Iran and that feeling of everything being up in the air, I realized how wrong I was. This isn't just a console for me, it's an escape. Being able to experience AAA titles like Red Dead Redemption 2 while traveling or just laying on the bed is a feeling that you can't truly understand until you try it. Laptops are great, but they tether you to a disk and a power brick. Here I have everything I need in my hands. As for the ergonomics, I can say holding it is a pleasure for me. Why? Because they did a great job of making this product, and it is easy to hold, even though it is heavier than the competition like Steam Deck or Legion Go or even Nintendo Switch. At around 715 grams, I can easily carry around this device without a problem and play with it. As for the build quality, I was happy with it. I wanted to see a better build quality on this device, but I was happy with it, and there is nothing wrong or complain about for this device. We have great analog sticks on this device with RGB lighting, and the clicks are great. I like them. We have dedicated Xbox key and Armoury Crate key. On the top, we have triggers which are adaptive, and we have 2 additional keys on the back. For the design, they made the design so perfect that you can't even tell it's hot, because where you put your hands are not in the middle of the airflow, and it's okay to play with it anywhere you want. As for the ports, on the top we have 2 USB Type-C ports, one of which has USB 4 and the other one has USB 3.2 Gen 2. Both of them support display ports and USB-C charging with 65 watts adapter in the box. We have 2 LED lights on the top, volume rocker, and a speaker grill on the front and on the top. We have micro SD on the top, which is good. I have no complaints about the micro SD card on this device because it's so tiny and you can't expect it to have SD card, full-size SD card. And we have audio combo jack along with power button, which is good. As for the display, I gotta say, this device has a great display. It's an LCD panel with 1080p resolution and 120 Hz of refresh rate, which is good. At 500 nits and 100% of sRGB color accuracy, I have nothing wrong to talk about the display. And they angled the screen a little bit, so when you're holding it, it's easier to see the game you are playing, which is good. Some people have some complaints about when you're laying on the couch. It is a bit harder to see, but it was fine for me, and I think I'm happier with the angled screen. But what about the performance? Here we have AMD Z2 Extreme CPU along with 24 GB of RAM. This 24 GB of RAM is a shared memory between the CPU and integrated GPU. You can manage how much RAM you want to share with the GPU and with the CPU, which is good, and you can do it in the AMD Radeon software, which is a huge plus. You can set it to 8 GB, 4 GB, or even 16 GB, but my suggestion for you is to put it at 8 GB for the GPU and 16 GB of RAM for the CPU. As for the upgradability, we have nothing to upgrade, but the SSD on this device is a full-size SSD, and you can upgrade it with a double-sided SSD at full speed with up to 8 TB of storage, which is amazing. But is there any problem with the software? Yes, kinda. I mean, being a Windows device means you have a personal computer. You have a PC, and you can use it to do your office jobs or anything else. I did even video edit on this device and the results was good. But my problem with the Windows is not the versatility, it's the stability. Windows can't be reliable enough for this kind of device. I mean, just imagine it. You want to play some games and you're turning on your device and all of a sudden it shuts down because it's installing an update. Is it okay for you? It's not for me. If it's okay for you, you can get it right now. But it's not for me. And there is a lot of bloatware and applications you don't want on your device. But there is a solution for that, and it is Xbox mode. If you enable Xbox mode, you will get rid of all the bloatware and background processes so you can easily use your device as a gaming console. But it is a bit temporary until the next update that Microsoft promises to give us with the K2 code name, and I hope it gets the job done and make Windows a better operating system. We made a video about it and I will put the link about that update in the description below. As for the performance, I was happy with it. We tested Cinebench 2024 on this machine along with Geekbench and you can see the scores on the screen. I was happy with the scores and I have nothing wrong to say about it. And I have to say, you can edit videos on this device easily. I mean, 90 minutes and 52 seconds of render time is not a great score, but it's a great score for this console. You can't render Premiere files in Nintendo Switch, but you can do it right here. But what's the conclusion about ROG Ally X? Xbox ROG Ally X. Ultimately, the ROG Ally X is for the person who wants PC power wherever they go. Yes, the fans get a bit loud and yes, Windows can be quirky. But the sheer joy of playing high-end titles in the palm of your hand makes you forget all those flaws. So if you had the budget to buy a gaming handheld, would you go for this device or the other competitors? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!